wanna watch it all fall apart. Every time I walk, I watch, I look, I notice, I observe, I read the signs. And the signs are pointing in the wrong direction. The signs are not naming the streets or leading you to the highway. The signs are naming names, tombstones to mark the dead of children not even born. And I don't mean abortion, I mean what is to come. The signs are telling me to turn back around. The signs are telling me to research my past. The signs are telling me to learn from my mistakes. The signs are asking me questions. Do you want to watch it all fall apart? Do you have any control? Is there anything that you can do? Time is not a nice person. I know because the sign said it. Time can be generous, but ultimately time is indifferent. Time does not give two damns or a fuck. So what will you do? What will we do?
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and who also rule well. Peace and salutation to those of the hopeful elect. Alright. I have a picture here. Alright. It's been edited. Alright. But pretty much what you see here is going to be the new norm. This is going to be, the new normal. Okay. And, this is, going to be the new norm very soon. Okay. All right. Because Esau Edom, he has a plan to push, his MOTB. All right. Which, brothers in the know, all right, are very aware of, or you should be very aware of what the MOTB is. All right. The subdermal device and also the neural sheath or the neural link. All right. And that's pertaining to Revelations 13 and 16, mark in their foreheads or in their right hand. All right. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. And we know that that mark is a physical thing. Lord's will, we're going to get into that word for mark. We can get it Revelations 13 to 16. All right. But just the opening up this lesson. All right. The infrastructure is set up already. Okay. This is originally supposed to be a Maxine, area. It says, this is where you get, your yabber jabber do. All right. But, I edited the spirit jumped on me, to edit this photo. All right. And because this is how they're going to push the MOTB. All right. They're going to set it up just like it's as easy as getting a yabber jabber do. Okay. They have the palisade. All right. Which is that what they use to make an incision in your flesh. All right. This is how Esau is going to set this thing up. All right. And you can clearly see the infrastructure is already set up for this. All right. And they're going to be pushing the MOTB at every store where you can get the Maxine. That's where they're going to be pushing it at every pharmacy. All right. Because it's going to be a FDA approved subdermal device. All right. And then they're going to have it tie in, to, obviously the digital currency, but also they're going to have it tie into your medical too. They're going to have a graph of all your information within that device, as well as your financial information, as well as your identification and your passports. All right. Which ironically, you can get your passport picture taken at CVS. All right. Which, this is where this image is from a CVS store, but you can get your passport, ironically, your picture taken at CVS, as well as you can get your yabber jabber do at CVS, as well as pick up. So these different pharmaceutical, all right, stores, all right, are going to be injecting people. Okay. And again, this picture is going to be the new norm. Now I have, I did a Google search. It says pharmacies where the Rona vaccine is available. Okay, so and it says this website, the CDC.gov, says pharmacies participating in Rona 19 vaccination. So these are all the pharmacies that you can go there, and you can go behind a little covering, which that's dark in itself. You have to go behind a covering. But hey, this is extremely wicked, because the Yabba Dabba Do is a precursor to the MOTB. All right, that pretty much the jab is it has a purpose. It's to set up the infrastructure, and it's also set up to inoculate the people and get them ready to receive the MOTB. All right, but most importantly, the infrastructure is already set up. All right, so it says participate in pharmacies, and it's a long list. All right, and these are pharmacies that are in all 50 states of America. Okay, so it says these are all pharmacies where you can go there and get jabbed up. Albertsons, okay, Costco, CVS, CPESN, GeriMed, Good Neighbor Pharmacy, Health Mart Pharmacies, HEB, HYV, Innovative, Kroger. When you jump all the way down, it says Walgreens, Walmart, okay, Topco, Southeastern Grocers, Rite Aid. All right, Retail Business Services, Public Supermarkets, Mayhear Inc., Managed Healthcare Associates, LeaderNet. So these are all places in America which there's hundreds of these different stores that are set up. All right, where people go there, they get groceries, but you can also set up an appointment and get jabbed up. Well, Esau, he's gonna roll this thing out, and they're gonna have it to where, just like when the so-called pandemic hit or whatever, people was lining up just to get toilet paper, just to get, and then when they issued out, they say, if you take the Yabba Dabba Jew, all right, everything is going to go back to normal. Then people started lining up. They started rolling up their sleeves and things of that nature. All right. They started selling the CVID test kits. Those are flying off the shelf in these different stores like CVS and whatnot. All right. So these people their mind is totally geared to the MOTB already. All right. And if you speak up against these things, then they call you what? They call you a terrorist. I mean, or well, they're going to say that, but ultimately they're going to call you a conspiracy theorist. Okay, which they're going to label conspiracy theorists terrorists. I want to get a quick precept real quick. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. And what's the vision? Okay, the vision is the mysteries of the scriptures, the prophecies. Okay, because according to Amos 3 verse 7, it says, surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets. All right, so ultimately the vision was given unto the men of the Lord, the prophets. Okay, and the men of the Lord, all right, the things that the men have received in secret, they're yelling on the rooftops, like the scriptures say. So you have prophets, all right, that are ambassadors of the Almighty power, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai on the earth. All right, and you have the men of the Lord warning you what the MOTB is and not to take it. All right, starting off with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yes, because, all right, the Lord is dealing with the prophets, all right, but the Lord, set up Great Millstone to be separate, all right, from these other groups, because these other groups, they got all these different alphabet letter names, all right, but then you have Great Millstone, And Great Millstone is the only ones that are going into prophecy that are not with the gimmicks. Okay, then you have those that are outside of Great Millstone, that have the same doctrine. All right, and it's not the doctrine of Great Millstone, it's the doctrine of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, that's why the scriptures say it's gonna come a point in time. It's gonna say, and then shall it be known who my servants are, or who my prophets are, roughly paraphrasing. All right, then is no longer going to be Great Millstone or any of these alphabet letter camps. All right, it's just going to be the men of the Lord. Okay, but we know for sure that Yahweh Shema Shai is dealing with Great Millstone, starting off with the apostles on down. All right, that's a fact. Okay, then you have other groups, that are teaching in the same spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, so it's going to be known that ultimately Great Millstone has a 100% truth. All right, our head apostle Tahar, he's known for going all the way in to the mark of the beast, man. All right, so these warnings is going out. All right, the vision, all right, that's for an appointed time. We're warning you that vision is here. We're living in that vision right now. All right, the latter end. Okay, so I read that. Amos 3:7, surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets. All right, going back to Habakkuk, because those visions or those secrets is taking place, but nobody knows what's going on except for the elect. All right, because the elect has the oversight, the foresight to see what's going on, because the Lord has given his elect the understanding. All right, to break down the scriptures the correct way. So Habakkuk 2:1, it says, in 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. All right. So the MOTB, the scriptures was written over 2,000 some odd years ago. All right. But the vision, all right, was always for an appointed time. And here it is. We're at the end of the world in this so-called, 21st century. All right. Really, we don't know what time period we're in, because Esau, his calendar is all fucked up. But here we are in the latter end, all right, and we see the MOTB being made mandatory, all right. It's getting closer and closer to being pushed on a high level. So we're in that appointed time. I'm going to continue to read. But at the end, it shall speak and not lie. And the prophecies is speaking, man, especially the mark of the beast, man. So Lord's will, they don't clip this video, but it's speaking, man, louder than ever. All right, it's to the point where scoffers can't even scoff no more, because it's that evident. All right, but even though it's that evident, you have wicked Israelites that claim that they're men of the Lord. They're not speaking about this vision that's upon us. They're not speaking about the MOTB. Their mouths are shut. At first they were scoffing at it, but now the evidence is there. All right. But now, instead of, speaking on it, now they're just silent about it. All right. Which shows you, who the real men of the Lord are. So I'm going to continue to read. It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Yeah, because at some point it seemed like all these prophecies were tarrying. I remember before, the MOTB, the subdermal technology was even really introduced like that. I remember the apostles, they said that you had people scoffing. All right, and Apostle Tahar, he said he been knew that the MOTB was going to be a subdermal device. All right, but then you had people that said that was too far out, it was too far fetched. But now look at it, the technology is here. It's in the mainstream news. All right. It's in Fox News, BBC News. All right. And not too long ago, there was a news article that said that the Pentagon is working on a subdermal device. Okay. So Esau, he's getting ready to mass produce this thing. All right. And the infrastructure is already set up. And on top of that, the heavy sorcery that's on these people. All right. Esau, he already got the masses of the people, man. All right, but he don't got the elect. So I'm going to continue to read. Verse 4, it says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Yeah, this devil, he's not right. All right. This is clearly satanic, this system that he set up. Okay. And again, before you say it's far-fetched, now it's right in your face. Okay. And this man, he's clearly in the Satanism. All right. But the people of the world, they accept this man's ideology. They worship the image of the beast, which is the ideology, of this system. Okay. And the main satanic ideology is going into that transhumanism. All right. But that's going to start with having that badge of servitude to Satan, which is that device. If you consent and receive that device within you, all right, then there's no repentance for it. All right, you're tainted. Okay. And when you read Revelations, the 14th chapter, it tell you the judgment, which is going to be the thermonuclear destruction. So you've been warned. Okay. It says, Habakkuk 2:4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. All right. And it's going to take faith, all right, to make it. Because this man, he set up the grid, all right. And when he set up the grid, he set it up intentionally to where he can lock it down. That's why scripture said, man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Because when he locks this thing down and issues martial law, you're not going to be able to get in and out of city lines, all right, without having proof that you have the MOTB and your jab too, But and then so this man, he's gonna lock everything down. All right. And at one point we have to go to him for the one of all things, to the grocery store, which he set that up so you can go to him. All right. Say you break your ankle or something like that, you would have to go to the hospital to get a cast or something. But now the Lord is requiring us to have that full faith in him. All right, because you're not going to have access to the amenities here in Babylon the Great pretty soon, if you serve Yahweh Shema Shai, because this devil is going to require something from you, all right, that the Lord told us not to do. Okay, which is to receive the MOTB in your right hand or in your forehead. So the elect is going to trust in Yahweh Shema Shai, and the Lord is going to have to perform miracles. So that's how far your faith is going to have to go. It's to the time where the Lord is going to have to perform miracles, and he's going to do it to show his power. All right. But it all comes back to faith. Okay. Because spiritual power is the highest form of faith. It's to the point where you believe in Yahweh Shema Shai so much, that the things in this physical realm that we're in, it doesn't affect you no more. Okay. There's no resistance to you. You're able to fly into the air as if you weigh nothing. Okay, as if you're weightless. All right, but that comes with faith, man. Well, let me actually get it. And we're gonna need miracles to survive, man. So that's why the Lord is bringing us, through the furnace of affliction. All right, because the Lord is not just afflicting us, the Lord is also delivering us from our adversities. All right. And now we have to bear and have patience because the Lord is long suffering. But the Lord knows exactly what he's doing. He's purifying his elect and ultimately, building the faith of the elect to the point where, hey, you just gonna have faith to perform miracles. All right. And then the 1/3, their faith is going to get built up, that they're going to be healed based off their faith upon Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, just like the woman with the issue of blood. This is Isaiah 40:31. It says, but they that wait upon the Lord, so we have to wait upon Yahweh Shema Shai. We can't be hasty. All right, because that hasty spirit is going to have you running it to the devil. All right, and we can't run to the devil no more. All right. Matter of fact, Lord's will, I'm going to get that scripture too after this, where it says, smote him. We're not going to stay upon him that smote him. All right. Hold on. Let me do Salakia actually exit out. All right. Back in Isaiah 40:31. But they that wait upon the Lord, which means to keep the faith, shall renew their strength. All right. And the scriptures tell you that he that is feeble and weak among you in that day shall be as David. But then it said David shall be as an angel pretty much of the Most High. So pretty much, man, with that power, you're going to be able to heal all your ailments. Just like the Morbius movie where his whole life he was sick. All right. But then, he had the spiritual power and now all his ailments was healed even, So brother is going to be able to heal all their ailments before even receiving an extraterrestrial body. Just so you can do the will of the Lord on the earth to glorify and magnify the names of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. All right. Because in that time, we're going to be pushed to the limits, man. All right. Brothers is going to be as pilgrims. Brothers is going to be on foot. You might have a big ass, heavy ass backpack, not knowing where that's why, the apostles and the elder, they don't push it all the way, but, they always encourage, our health. But now, of course, we're going to be saved off the grace of Yahweh Shema Shai. Abba Ratazah, we part of that number, man. All right. But either way, hey, the Lord, could give a brother, that might not have the best health. The Lord can just heal you right there. All right. Through faith. Isaiah 40:31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. So it said they shall mount up with wings as eagles, man. And it reminded me of the X-Men character in the movie, Angel. I think that was his literal name, Angel. And he had like dove's wings. All right. And then there was a scene where they was trying to pretty much take away his power. And they had what is that? A syringe. All right. But it looked like something like they was trying to give him the MOTB when you look at it on the spiritual side. And he was pinned down. It was like he was pretty much in a FEMA camp, on one of them death row tables where they inject you. And then what did he do? He broke up out of that thing. And then he spread his wings. And then he ran and jumped out the window and started flying, man. So the Lord could give us that power in a time of distress. Brothers might be in a rehabilitation camp, but then the Lord give you that power right at the last moment, So it's about waiting upon Yahweh Shema Shai because it's not our time. It's when the Lord wants to do it. All right. And that's submitting to the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. That's waiting upon the Lord. And let me get Revelations 2:10 because this is going into the hour of temptation. All right. Matter of fact, Revelations 3:10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, all right, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So the Lord said, if you wait upon him and keep his patience, meaning the suffering, enduring, what we have to go through, all right, catching the hell, but ultimately for our benefit, the Lord said he was going to deliver us, man. He was going to keep us from the hour of temptation to where we won't have to go to Esau, for anything, man. These people, they going to get, the MOTB just so they can eat a bologna sandwich, a Hot Pocket. All right. But then the Lord, on the other hand, the elect is going to go to the Lord. And the Lord said that brothers and their families are going to have an abundance. So that means, more than what you actually need. And it's going to be clean food too. Probably some yayan, alkaline water. All right. Whatever, your favorite fruits, like, you might have a dragon fruit, then the Lord give you spiritual power. You got all kind of stuff, man. Vegetables. And this is going to happen in a time where people's literally dropping dead of hunger. All right. So it's all about waiting upon Yahweh Shema Shai and having faith in Yahweh Shema Shai, man. And then having the works that prove the faith, to the best of our ability. All right. Then the Lord is going to be with us. But, this MOTB, all right, this system, you can already see what type of people is going to be going behind, that fucking covering, whatever that is, that veil. People are going to be going behind there and getting jabbed up, man. And getting the MOTB. All right. And Esau, he's gonna make everything cashless too. All right. There was an article one of the elders of this camp posted on a thread. Salaki, let me try to find it real quick. Oh yeah, it says 90% of nations planning central bank digital currency. So they're moving towards the digital currency. So if it's digital, you're not going to be able to put the money in a physical wallet. You're going to have a digital wallet. All right, which is going to link into the MOTB. All right. They're going to link you to the Internet of Things, like the Apostle Tahar says. All right. So, hey, but the elect ain't going to be, the elect going to be kept from that. All right. Because the elect ain't going to be defiled. All right. Like these wicked ass people here in Babylon the Great, man. All right. Let me actually get one more precept and then Lord's Will, I'll close it out. And by the way, these different pharmacies, that's high level witchcraft. Here it is. Esau, he'll lock up Jake for selling a couple crack rocks, but this nigga is pushing out tons and tons of fucking witchcraft drugs with names you can't even pronounce. All right, and you got people lined up every day to pick up they prescription, man. And here it is. You got the people that work in the pharmacy. They're back there whipping it up. They're throwing shit, on the stove. They're whipping up these different pills and shit, which is high level witchcraft, man. All right. So these people are gone. All right. And if they're not taking under the counter prescription stuff, they're taking over the counter stuff, which is still pharmakia, which is witchcraft. All right. So this devil, he got them right where they want them. All right, right where he wants the masses of the people. All right, but then he's going to try to kill those that don't comply. All right, which those that can actually think for themselves. All right, but the MOTB, the prescription, all right, people going to get the MOTB. The MOTB going to be monitoring your heart rate, and then it's going to send a notification to your cell phone and say you got to take this prescription. You got to take that, So we see where this devil is going, man. This is Isaiah 10 and 20. Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day, all right, which we're in that day right now. All right. We're at the latter end. That the remnant of Israel, which a remnant is 1/3, all right, the only ones that are allotted to be delivered and to be preserved in these times of great death. It says, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob. All right. So that right there shows you that the only ones that are going to escape are going to be of the house of Jacob. So salvation is only for Israel. Shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. So we're no longer going to stay upon him that smote them, which is Esau Edom. All right. Because this man, he's setting everybody up for the okie doke. All right, it's a big old trap. That's this system. He's trying to have people locked into the matrix. All right, but if you trust on Yahweh Shema Shai, you're operating outside of the matrix. You're able to manipulate that matrix. All right, spiritual power. It says, but shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. Okay, because we have the truth, man. Nobody else, none of these other Israelite groups are in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, man. They're in the spirit of the world. That's why they'll say, oh, there's no spiritual power. We're not going to receive spiritual power. They're not speaking about the MOTB. All right. Why? Because they've been compromised. They're part of the world, man. But us, Lord Abba Ratazah, we part of that number. We're staying upon Yahweh Shema Shai, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. All right. And it's going to be known in that day who the real men of the Lord are. All right. So with that being said, I want to say, call Allah Yahweh Shema Shai B'Shem Chakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and citation to those of the hopeful elect. Shalom and Abba Ball.